Greetings, my fellow gamers, 'tis I, Wraith King, and welcome back to the Dark Kingdom. You're probably wondering where I went. Well, I was working on a short film. I have been editing it for a couple of weeks now. It is almost finished. It is probably the hardest project I've worked on ever since high school. It is very difficult, but yeah, I'm starring in it. I've done the whole thing myself, the editing. There's the only thing I didn't really do myself was, of course, like the static effects. There's a few special effects in there that were just some green screen effects you find on YouTube. And there's a few non-copyrighted songs that I kind of just mushed together to make this amalgam of a horror song. Some weird ambiance. I did some weird things with this video. So, I kind of did that myself, but it was from multiple different people who created this non-copyrighted music and whatnot. But aside from that, I did literally everything myself. It took a lot out of me, but luckily it's pretty much done. It'll probably be up on another channel, one that I have been pondering for quite some time, ever since I really started this whole YouTube thing. I've made this channel, and I was planning on making something a little more myself, more my own content that truly is just by me. Might be on my work, in acting and drawing. It might be something like that, and maybe just a whole bunch of random things that I do, that I want to use as entertainment for everyone. And now this brings me to the subject of the whole video, is why I even started this channel, and the mistake I've made when I started this YouTube channel. Before I begin, there is something you should know about myself, and that is why I started this channel in the first place. Well, back when I was a kid, I always dreamed of being an entertainer, ever since I can remember. I always wanted to be something more than what I was. I was bullied, I was pushed around, I was overweight, there was a whole bunch of problems with me at the time. And because of that, I myself became a bully too. I became a really bad person. And luckily, I did apologize to people I bullied after I went to high school. Actually, one of them is a good friend of mine. He's a strong man of faith, and I thank God that I was able to make amends for what I've done and the things I said to people. I wasn't a physical bully. No, I refused to hurt anyone back then. It's just something I just didn't feel comfortable in doing. But I definitely said a lot of negative things, and I have to admit I still regret it to this very day, because I was hurting on the inside. People hated me, and I felt like I needed to exert that emotion back. I needed to fight back at the world. I had this mentality of if the snake bit me, I needed to bite it back. And that's not exactly the type of mentality you need with this world. Hey, I'm not saying don't stand up for yourself if you're being attacked in any way. Don't defend yourself. I'm not saying that. That's not a good way to think. But fighting fire with fire just makes more fire. I lived by the wrong type of mentality for a long time as a kid, and it definitely affected me. I just wasn't in the best shape, in the mind and in the body. I just, all around, wasn't a good person. But I did recover from that, and I apologized to the people I made fun of, and for things I've said and done, I greatly am sorry. And thankfully, as I said, one of my good friends is one of the people I made fun of as a kid, and I apologized to him long ago, and thank the Lord that he forgave me the way he did. And I still talk to him too. He's a great guy. I don't know if he feels comfortable with me even mentioning his name, but yeah, he's a man of faith, very good guy. Love him to death. But yeah, I grew up, and I grew out of that horrible phase, and when I went to high school, everything just turned around for the better. I became a better person, and I didn't have one bully in there. And through that negative phase of my life, though, I didn't want anyone else to feel that way, so I just vowed to be as kind as I possibly could to everyone, no matter what. I wanted to be a friend for the friendless. I wanted to be an ally for those who didn't feel they had any allies. That's what I wanted to be. I wanted to be an inspiration to people, because when I was a kid, I was very inspired by the wrestlers in WWE. I really did love watching them as a kid. They were big inspirations to me, and it was actually a time I wanted to be a wrestler. Of course, it wasn't really possible because I wasn't in the best shape. But after a while, I did get in shape, though. I went to the gym a lot. I worked out a bunch, and I still do, thank God. Although the recent situations of the world have definitely gotten in the way of that, I'm not going to lie. But I digress. I learned from what I did as a kid, and thank God I am where I am today. I made this channel because, well, I just wanted to be an actor. First of all, I always wanted to be an actor, and I felt like this was the closest step I could take, because every other step I took was just, oh boy, like, I got some stories for y'all, but I'll get to that in a minute. Yeah, I wanted to be an actor, and I wanted to be an entertainer in some way, but that was so out of reach. But I always saw Angry Joe in his videos, and Markiplier. Those are the first YouTubers I ever found out about growing up, because in high school, that's when I actually got my phone, and I was able to watch Angry Joe, and I was able to watch Markiplier. I really love their content, but of course, at the time, I didn't really care about being a YouTuber. I never really saw anything good out of it, to be honest with you, at the time. I didn't really feel like that was my path. I wanted to be just a straight up actor. I wanted to be in Hollywood. I wanted to be in these movies, and I wanted to make people laugh. I wanted to just entertain people in any possible way. And after I left high school, I figured out how hard that was. Now here come those great stories. I went to many sit-downs, and I researched many colleges, but there was this one in particular. I went to this college. There were, first of all, the parking lot was a ghost town. But when I went into there, it was both me and my mom were there. My mom was driving me. This was sometime almost right after high school, I believe. We drove here. This place was just a straight up ghost town. The parking lot was a ghost town, and when you went in there, it was practically pitch black. It was a really big building, first of all. It was a really nice looking building, but it was really dark in there. Everything, all the rooms were completely empty, locked, and they were dark inside, except for this one room in the building that was, I believe it was in the lobby of this building, because I remember seeing this really beautiful garden area off to the side in the lobby, and it had like these this really big window that covered up the building, and then on the inside you saw like this beautiful garden right next to the window. Really nice looking place, but it was dark in there. And all we had was the light coming from outside, and outside that really beautiful window, lighting up the lobby. And there was these people sitting in these tin chairs by the garden area, waiting outside this one lit room. It was a really tiny room, and it had only like a couple people in there. This is where it gets ridiculous, though. And in this room, you saw these three people. I think there was 4 of them. Yeah, I think there was 4 of them, because there was this young lady that was behind them, working on her desk. There was a computer there, I believe. But there was these 3 people sitting there like judges. You know how in American Idol he had like I'm talking old school American Idol here, like Randy, Paula, and what's his face, Simon Cowell. It had like this angry British guy. I'm not kidding. I am not joking. There was an angry British guy, and there's the other 2 really nice ladies there. I don't know who thought this was a good idea, but hey, they copied directly off of American Idol. They had the 3 judges there, and what happened was there was this lady sitting in front of this office area in this lobby area, and she said, "Oh, here, have this paper. Go sit down over there." And I thought this paper was like, I don't know, like a guide of the school or something like that. So I just kind of threw it aside. I shouldn't have threw it aside either way. I should have read it. But apparently that was a script. And by the time it was my turn, I went in there and they were like, improv your script. I'm like, wait, that was a script? That was a script? And then the angry British dude was like, oh, he didn't read the script. And I was like, okay. and then one of the nice ladies was like, oh, it's okay. We'll give you another script. Go improv, then come back here. I was like, oh, okay. And then I read the script, and I waited in the lobby, read the script, and then I went over what I was going to do. I improv the whole thing. Then I came back in there, did my thing, and then they were like, hey, we like you. The British guy was like, I like this guy. I like him. I'll give him a chance. I was like, huh. In my head, I was cringing so hard, but I was like, you know what? Hey, maybe this is how I get into this school. Maybe they're gonna give me like a scholarship or something. They're gonna help me out with my talent. But after all of that, they took me to the back room. After all of those judges did that thing and all the acting and whatever they were doing out there, pretending to be judges, they took me to the back room. And then they gave me all of the prices of their course. In my head, I'm thinking this is just a straight up scam right here, because it was like $3,000 for a course. I was like, in my head, I'm like, no. If this is your course, because this room had to be their course, because they were teaching people in there. Like, right off to the side of these 3 people pretending to be judges, there's this small group of people and this lady teaching them. And there's a little TV in there, and they don't even have chairs. I didn't see them with chairs at all. They were all sitting on the floor Indian style while this lady preached to them in this really tiny room. If this is their course, $3,000 my butt. I am not paying any of that. But I didn't really say that though. I said, you know what? I'll keep in touch with you. I'll get back to you guys later. And both me and my mother made our way. As soon as we got into the car, I'm like, yeah, that's not happening. Nope. Because I guarantee you, I could learn all of that online. And let me tell you something, my fellow gamers, I did. I absolutely did. I learned improv. I learned all of that on YouTube. For guess what the price was for all of those courses I took on YouTube? Nothing. They were all completely free. I learned how to be an actor. I'm still learning how to be a professional artist. I've actually gotten to graphic design. People are paying me to draw now, which is awesome. And I didn't even go to college for it. So yeah, that's something right there. I learned a big lesson there. But anyway, here's another cool story about me and my acting. I actually could have been a part of Star Wars. It's not really all that funny as much as it is just a fun story. I sat down with these really nice people. I believe it was just a meet and greet. They all seemed to really like me. There's just some sweet people in there. But there were thousands of people at that sit down. There was no way I could have got into that. But I had faith. I went into there, I sat down and I talked to them. They didn't have me do anything. They just looked at my face. I gave them a photo of myself, some contact information. Of course, they never got back with me, but yeah, they seem like some really nice people, but it didn't really go all that well for me for acting, because it really was just me versus thousands others, and I didn't like the competition. I really didn't, because it was like winning the Powerball most of the time. I couldn't really use anything I really learned. It was like playing the Powerball every time I went to a meet and greet or a casting call. There wasn't a time I could actually just use what I've learned through my courses online, through the things I've learned from being in actual plays, because I have been in a play. This was a play. The one I've been a part of for years, actually, is one that involves Jesus Christ. It was a part of my church. Now, I know what you're thinking. Oh, it's probably like a really small one. Trust me, it is not. It has thousands, and I mean thousands of people watching this every year. The numbers have gone down, unfortunately, the past few years. Not a lot of people have been going there. Some of you may actually know my pastor. He's actually one of the most famous pastors on earth, Bishop Ellis. He preaches at Greater Grace Temple. He is probably one of the most talented men I've ever known growing up. He is a very great pastor and a good friend. He had a say in me being saved. I'll never forget that. I can't remember the message he was preaching that day. My brother might have to help me out with that one, because I truly don't remember. He was saved on the same day as me, which is pretty cool, my brother. But yeah, I remember being baptized at the church there, and yeah, he's been a good friend of mine ever since then. But yeah, I was a part of this play that was focused on Jesus being crucified. I was a part of that play for, I'd say, about 6, maybe 7 years. I spent a lot of time on that play, and it was a very popular play. Unfortunately, not a lot of people have been going lately, but back when I just started out, a lot of people were there, and I thank God that I was a part of it as long as I was. But why did I tell you all that? I wanted to tell you why I made this channel, and it's for that reason right there. I wanted to be an entertainer. I wanted to keep entertaining people in the best way I could. And when I saw Markiplier and I saw Angry Joe doing all the things that they did, I was thinking, you know what? They're making a lot of people laugh with these videos. I saw all the views that they were getting. It was, some of their videos got even double what I normally get for the play at the church. Like, it was crazy how many views that they were getting on this, and it's crazy how many people that they were entertaining by making these goofy, fun videos. And I took a class for editing in high school, so I know the mechanics, I know the tools, I know how to work everything, so I could have just made these videos myself, and I did. I started making this channel, I started reviewing games, and I had so much fun with it at the time. But this is when things started to turn around, is when I made my review on the Awakened Delans all those years ago. I believe that video got almost 50,000 views. I believe the correct number is about 47,000, if I can remember correctly. I have to go back and check. But I got a lot of views on that video. A whole bunch. And I made a mistake, and I let all that get to my head. I said, you know what? Well, a lot of people like this game, but not a lot of people like my other reviews. You know what? I'm going to delete my reviews, and I'm just going to make this a 7 Nights channel. I deleted a lot of reviews too. There was a bunch of games I deleted. Unfortunately, I cannot remember them all, but the 2 I can remember is there was a review on Shadowgun, the original Shadowgun game, and this other game called Warhammer Freeblade. Oh, and then there was a review on Hungry Shark World. I deleted those reviews because I wanted to make this a 7 Nights channel, and I made the biggest mistake on this YouTube channel. And I regret it completely, and I apologize for that. But why am I even telling you about this mistake now? Well, I am truly just getting bored with 7 Nights. 7 Nights, it was a mistake that I deleted my other videos and made this channel a 7 Nights channel, because that was never my intent. I wanted to keep entertaining all these people, but then I started to forget that I'm not entertaining the world. I was so focused on all the views that I was getting, and I just lost it completely. I just wasn't focused on my true goal, which was to entertain everyone. And I can't entertain everyone with one game. And that started to show, because less people started to watch my videos because I just lost my charm. I wasn't excited about it anymore. And I was bored of the game. Because I was doing one thing on the channel. It was starting to get to me, slowly but surely. I have to say it started when I was making the guides on 7 Nights. Yeah, I made guides for 7 Nights, yep. how to get gold, how to get rare heroes. That's actually one of my top videos. I have made plenty of guides on Seven Nights, and that's where it really started. Because I was playing the game for hours and hours a day, and this was a mobile game. Seven Nights is a very, very much a mobile game. There are many other games like it too, and I have played a lot of them. And that's definitely one of the things to blame, is how many of these games I've actually played. It's definitely a good explanation as to why I'm so bored. But I think the biggest reason for me making the decision I'm about to tell you is I can't entertain everybody with these videos. And it's starting to show. Fewer and fewer people are watching my Seven Nights videos. So I think it's time that I just do what I wanted to do with this channel. Do what Wraith King was supposed to be. Fun. I'm gonna do just about everything on this channel. Everything that I can think of. Because I just don't feel comfortable making videos about the same game over and over again. Now, I'm not making that mistake again and deleting videos that I don't think people are all that interested in. I'm not deleting my Seven Nights videos, no. I am going to just slow down with them, if not just make a complete halt with them, because again, I am very bored of Seven Nights. People are getting bored of it. It's not just me. A lot of my friends don't even play the game anymore. It's something that just not everybody's even focused on these days. But I will be doing other games. I will be playing other things here on the channel. This isn't the end. This is just me telling you that this time for real, I don't know if I can really keep up the Seven Nights videos anymore, guys. I love you all very much. Hey, I am sorry that I haven't been as active with my videos as I should have been. And I deeply am sorry that I have been so busy these past few weeks. But hopefully it's all worth it. I finished my short film. Hopefully it's not too cringy. Hopefully it's not that cringy, but really I just hope that some people would just find some enjoyment out of it, if any at all. But until next time, my fellow gamers, I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, I'm sorry that I've been so late with these uploads. I am going to be making more videos very soon. I have another video coming out probably tomorrow. It's a review on the new Warframe update that was recently released. I got a lot to say about that. But until then, my fellow gamers, expect some different things here on the channel, not just Seven Nights anymore. You might not see that anymore at all, actually, but we'll have to see. Till next time, take it easy for me, and please do have a blessed day. Bye.